Well, this is an important element. When we talk about business credit, we want to talk about business lines of credit with bad credit. So in today's conversation, I want to go a step further and I want to explain to you how to apply for a business line of credit with bad credit and get approved instantly. Don't you go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sort of Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous. If you are to ask me, if you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka. Now let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about business lines of credit with bad credit, how to apply and get approved instantly. The first thing you need to do is to identify lenders that offer soft pull business lines of credit for bad credit. The whole idea here is to make sure that you don't actually get a hard pull right off the bat. It's important, okay? You want to protect your FICO score, so you want to go for those lenders that actually will do a soft pull on you. So, and we have a few of them. So we have Blue Vine. You can look at the screen right now. You can see the arrow. Here is proof that this business line of credit is a soft pull. So Blue Vine is a soft pull, okay? And you can actually get approved for up to $250,000. You have Lendio. You can look at the screen also to see the proof that this is a soft pull, okay? With Lendio, you can qualify for a business line of credit for up to $500,000. You have Smart Biz. You can look on the screen right now. You can see the proof that this business line of credit is a soft pull, okay? And you can qualify for a line of credit up to $500,000. And we have Fundbox. Again, you can see on the screen, here is you can see the arrow, and here is the proof that this business line of credit is a soft pull, okay? And with the Fundbox, you can qualify for up to $150,000, okay? And we have Biz to Credit. You can see on the screen also, and the proof that this business line of credit is a soft pull. And with Biz to Credit, you can qualify. I mean, they have more generous amounts. You can qualify for an amount that goes from $25,000 to $6 million. And then you have a Crestmont Capital. And you can see on the screen, and you can see the arrow. Here is proof that this business line of credit is a soft pull. So, and with Crestmont, you can qualify up to $1 million depending upon your business's performance. What I'm trying to say here is that the first thing you want to pay attention to when you have bad credit and you're looking for a business line of credit, look for those lenders that will do a soft pull. That way you can see whether you qualify, and if so, how much you can qualify for. Okay, it's really, really important so that you can protect your FICO score. If you are interested in this topic, I want you to go and see. We have a video on the topic, and it's called the business lines of credits with soft pull. And this topic will actually explain this video rather will explain the topic further. Okay. Number 2, and this is really important. We want to talk about eligibility. Okay, it's important. So you want to check eligibility criteria to see if you qualify, because it's really important. Okay, now most business lines of credit will have a FICO score, a minimum FICO of 500, and this is important, folks. I mean, if you have a 475, you might want to work a little bit on that FICO, but if you have 500, that's the minimum, you can qualify. They want you to have 6 months in business, minimum 6 months in business. $10,000 in monthly revenue. Okay, the business must be operating or incorporated in the United States, and business owners must be U.S. citizens or legal permanent residents. Okay, and the thing is, you have to demonstrate cash flow to support loan payments. It's important. If you have bad credit, not a problem, but can you repay the loan? Can you repay the business line of credit? If you can demonstrate that, that's fantastic. Okay, big decision time, folks. Big decision time. Boss, I want you to talk to me. Do you have the cash flow to support loan payments? Do you have the cash flow to support business line of credit repayments? Talk to me about that. So you got to think about liquidity. Okay, they're not really just they're not worried about your FICO score. Your FICO score is important, but if you are applying for your business and you are trying to do things with EIN only, then you are gradually isolating your personal FICO and bring it into the fore, your business credit. Okay. And so to apply, they want you to have basic details about you and your business and a bank connection or year-to-date bank statements. Okay. Again, we are talking about the business itself. Okay. And so once you have that, you have immediate access to funds with no waiting or application. You have completely unsecured business line of credit with no collateral needed. This is what you want. You only pay on your outstanding balance and not on your loan amount, okay? And regular limit increases available without further documentation being needed if you're able to if you're able to provide enough documentation, okay? And the good thing is with business lines of credit, the payments, the interest payments is 100% tax deductible, okay? So this is really important. And some lenders will say, listen, we will qualify you if you have outstanding tax liens. Yeah. But most of them will say no to bankruptcies or foreclosures in the last 3 years. What I'm trying to say here is that you want to actually double check with the lender to make sure that you understand clearly their conditions. This is really important, okay? I want to talk to you now about the process. Okay, folks, we are still talking about business lines of credit with bad credit, how to qualify for a large amount. If you have bad credit, okay, large amount quickly. So the process, you want to understand the eligibility criteria to see if you qualify. Now, when I talk about eligibility criteria, I'm talking about the soft pull. Okay, it's important. So you want to provide preliminary information to get pre-qualified. Okay, so what you do is you enter your information. They will see if you're pre-qualified. That's the very first step. And you basically will receive many offers. Okay, and in the catalog of offers, you need to identify the best offer for you. Remember, they're giving you offers based on the preliminary information without even checking your credit score. They are giving you a pre-qualification offers, okay? Identify the best offer for you. You need to give your authorization to move to the next level. So when you are ready to sign the promissory note, when you're ready to move to the next level, that's where the hard pull occurs if you have not applied for a business line of credit with EIN only. In other words, if you're applying with your personal FICO, they will check your FICO. They will do a hard pull on your FICO. That's for sure. Okay, don't be surprised at all. So it's important that, but the thing is that, as I said earlier, even if you have bad credit, but you're able to demonstrate cash flows, sufficient cash flows, or you're able to provide, in some cases, collateral. In other words, you're trying to reduce the risk profile that the lender has assigned to your application. If you're able to reduce the risk profile, then they will approve you. Okay, so when you're ready to sign the promissory note, they will do a hard pull, and then they'll be able to approve you. Okay, money. So once you have the money, what are you going to do about it, right? Because, and this is important to understand how a line of credit will really work. So when you open a business line of credit, you, the business owner, receive access to a stated amount of funds to use as needed, right? We all understand that. This is basic. This is a line of credit 101. But the good thing is that a monthly statement reflecting the amount of credit used will also include any interest charges. Unlike a term loan, you only pay interest for the funds you use as you use them. That's the good thing of it. That's the good part of it, because let's say you have a usage period where you only pay interest, and you have a repayment period where you pay both the interest and the principal amount. So this is really important, okay? And so small lines of credits under $100,000 can operate like a credit card account, with advances made by using a credit card tied to the line of credit or by writing checks issued for the account. And some lenders also offer the option of depositing funds directly into the business bank account via an ACH deposit. So this is important to know. Let's talk about number 4, needs. Okay, you need to be clear about your need, why you need a business line of credit. It's important to have that clarity, okay? And it doesn't matter whether you have bad credit, poor credit, fair credit. you need to have a clear idea why you need a business line of credit. Boss, this is important. I'm talking to you. It's important. And when we talk about a business line of credit, you have several needs. You can use when we talk about use of loan proceeds, you got to be able to demonstrate to the lender that you are using the funds for a business purpose. Okay. Now, here are some purposes that have been approved in the last 100 years. Okay, since the business lines of credit started. So you can use the money to purchase inventory, to pay off high interest credit cards or cash advance loans. Like if you are lucky enough to have a good interest, a good APR, this is a great opportunity. Okay, you can use the money for renovation and or expansion. Like, remember, everything has to be tied to the business. Okay, when we talk about renovation and or expansion, we are talking about commercial real estate. We are talking about office space. We're talking about everything that is related to the business. You can use the money to cover payroll. You can use the money for unexpected emergencies. Okay, big decision time. Big decision time, boss. Talk to me right now. Why do you need a business line of credit? I don't care if you have bad credit, poor credit, fair credit. Okay, that's fine. But if you have demonstrated your ability to repay the loan, to repay the line of credit, big question is, why do you need the line of credit in the first place? Talk to me about that. So the thing is that you really want to be really strategic about using a business line of credit. If your business regularly requires access to funds to meet short-term capital needs to manage the business day-to-day capital requirements, then applying for a line of credit might make sense. Okay, so those are really important. So, and again, if your business has some cyclicality issues, some seasonality issues, and you have ups and downs, like your cash flows are playing yo-yo on you. If you have that kind of situation, then you want to look for it. You want to really, you can apply for a business line of credit. Okay, that's what we talk about when we mention needs. So you have to be really clear about why you need a business line of credit in the first place. This is important. Okay, don't get a business line of credit at any time. Be very specific with the timing. I want to talk to you about paperwork. Yeah, boss, this is important. You got to know the paperwork needed for approval. Okay. Now, I've been saying if you have a poor credit, it doesn't matter really, because again, the lender will look at your poor credit, but will also consider a constellation of other factors to see, okay, this person has poor credit, but they do have strong cash flows. They have strong tax returns. They have strong financial statements. There's a lot of things that the lender will look at before approving or rejecting you. Okay, so the paperwork needed for approval includes business licenses and permits. Boss, are you in an industry that is highly regulated? Do you have the business licenses and permits needed? Talk to me, boss, because you need to have those. Okay, you need to have those to demonstrate to the lender, hey, listen, I'm legit. You need to have your EIN. Okay, it's important. Your employer identification number. In some cases, the lender might ask you for your tax returns, where you're speaking about 1065, Form 1065 or Form 1120S or 1120C, depending on the legal structure of your business. Speaking of legal structure, what is your business legal structure? Are you an LLC? Are you an LLP? Are you a C Corp? Are you an S Corp? Where are you? Are you a sole proprietorship? Now, don't get me wrong. Being a sole proprietorship is kind of cool, but our goal is to actually recommend to viewers to gradually move away from sole proprietorship to a legit business, because this is you really want to separate your personal affairs from your business's affairs. It's important for several reasons that I'm not going to go into details here, but it's important, first of all, to cover your ass, to protect to preserve your personal assets, to preserve your family's assets, okay, to really divorce your business from your personality. It's important, and it will also affect the amount of business line of credit you could qualify for. So when we talk about business licenses and permits, tax returns, 2 or 3 months of bank statements, a business bank accounts. In some cases, the lender will want you to connect your business bank accounts to their system so they can verify cash inflows and cash outflows directly. And standard financial documents like profit and loss, accounts receivable, schedule, accounts payable schedule, cash flow statements. Okay, they might also ask you your balance sheets. Okay, your balance sheet information, and also your statement of owner's equity. Okay, those are important elements. Okay, I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Studio Kiwi Show. We're also having a conversation in today's show about business lines of credit with bad credit, how to qualify quickly and easily. Okay, the sixth thing you need to do, number 6, you got to have a business plan, folks. Be ready to explain your business plan at length, and don't you give me a cheap ass business plan that you have actually concocted, you have downloaded a template from the internet and trying to personalize things here and there. No, boss. You need to have a solid business plan. Okay, we've been seeing this over and over again, and this is really disappointing. How are you going to convince me that you're looking for a $100,000 business line of credit and you cannot even afford $200 to pen a properly written, a properly structured business plan? Boss, don't be stingy here, okay? If you don't have the resources, if you don't have the expertise in-house, you can outsource the whole thing. I mean, they even have software tools that will help you. We're talking about Enloop, Life Plan, Biz Plan. You have a lot of software tools that will actually help you concoct a great business plan, all right? So please do not show me a cheap, poorly written business plan. Not at all. And don't try to razzle dazzle me with fancy words in the business plan. I don't need no razzling dazzling. I don't need no PhD to understand your business plan. Come on, boss. Don't try to really. If you want to get a business plan that is if you want to get a business line of credit with bad credit, and you want to be taken seriously, you need to invest in your business plan. When I'm talking about a business plan, I'm talking about a plan that has many sections, including an executive summary, where you actually explain everything about your business description and structure. Okay, you explain why you are in business and what you're selling. And we are talking about market research and strategies in your business plan. And everything, remember, everything is meant to convince a reader, including a lender or investor, to think that your business is viable. Your business model is viable, okay? You want to talk about management and personnel. This is important, okay? And last but not the least, you want to talk about financial documents. Money. This is important. We're talking about financial documents, including what? Including your financial statements, your sales projections, your projected data, your balance sheet, P&L, your income statement, your cash flow statements, and whatnot. Before closing today's conversation, I want to give you a few pro tips. So when we talk about business lines of credit with bad credit, you need to know a few things before opening a line of credit so that you are really prepared, okay? You're not surprised. Remember that there may be charges for account setup, transactions, and annual fees, okay? It's important. For example, a lender may charge an opening fee of $150 or $200 or more, depending upon the credit account, with no annual fee for the first 12 months, but they may charge an annual fee at the beginning of the second year, okay? So in order to reduce risk, it is common for the lender to require that the business pay down their outstanding line of credit balance to zero at some point during the year, often for at least 30 days, okay? And because this really assures a lender that the borrower has enough cash flow to operate independently of the line of credit and not relying on the financing as a substitute for cash flow or owner's capital. Okay, this is important. And remember, we are actually, in some cases, the lender might ask you to call any line of credit payable immediately. So those are things that could happen. So don't be surprised that they're doing this on you. They're pulling they're pulling this trick on you. It's just what it is. They are reducing risk. They are managing risk. It's called risk management. Okay. Big decision time. Big decision time, boss. Talk to me now. So you are ready to get a business line of credit, right? and you have bad credit or fair credit. Have you prepared? Have you actually thought about the pros and cons? Okay, have you thought about your strategy to repay the business line of credit? In other words, how are you going to generate the cash flow, the cash needed to repay that business line of credit? Have you thought about that? This is important. And so when you want to keep a line of credit, try to periodically pay down your balance and avoid keeping your average running balance near your credit limits. Okay, and remember that using a line of credit to cover operating losses is not the best option. Okay, this will make repayment difficult. And it's important to also think strategically about your capital needs for the year to determine the best time to apply for a line of credit. Okay, it's important. So lenders are more inclined to grant a credit line when the business cash flow is strong. So this is really important, that timing is very, very important. Okay, and but the bottom line is you have to really apply when you think you are really you have strong cash flows, and you think that you are able to manage any liquidity disruptions in your operations. Very important. All right, folks, this is it for today's conversation. I was talking to you about business lines of credit with bad credit, how to actually apply and get approved instantly. Number one, you want to know the lenders that really provide this kind of instant loans or instant lines of credit. Number two, you want to check eligibility. Number three, you want to understand the process. Number four, you want to evaluate your own needs. Okay. Number five, you want to really have a clear idea of the paperwork needed. Number six, you want to learn to write or have someone write a solid business plan for you. Number seven, you want to have a few pro tips in your head before applying. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.